Good morning, students. I'll first introduce myself. I am Richmond Afrane, a tutor at College of Distance Education, University of Cape Coast. I'll be your facilitator for this course, Pedagogical Content Knowledge in Biology. In this course, we have 6 units, Unit 1 to Unit 6. And every unit has 6 sessions. So today we will begin with session 1 under Unit 1. And Unit 1, we are going to learn about improvisation in biology teaching. And Session 1, we will know the meaning of improvisation. Now, the teaching of science, which includes biology, cannot be effectively done without allowing interaction between students and the environmental resources. With the environmental resources, I mean both materials and equipment. And the science curriculum is also planned to enable the teacher use activity-oriented and child-centered approach to teach. However, evidence from research have shown that materials and equipment for teaching science are either not enough or are completely lacking in schools, to the extent that most teachers end up with verbal expositions of scientific principles, facts, and then concepts. So the verbal exposition does not promote skills development, objectivity, and critical thinking abilities that will enable the child to function effectively in the society. So this makes the need for alternative sources of teaching materials and equipment in schools. So the environment of the school as well as the homes of students provide rich sources of these materials, and resourceful teacher can only use these resources with the help of students and learners and other members in the society. So teachers can improvise materials from the environment, from the child's home or the school environment. So this unit under Session 1, our objective is to define improvisation and then explain the rationale for improvisation in biology teaching. Now, what is improvisation? When we say improvisation, is the context of biology. We define improvisation as the process of using alternative resources for enhancing biology teaching in the absence of shortage of the real ones. So the production of the alternative resources is initiated by the teacher and done either by him or by local craftsmen. So when I say craftsmen, it could be carpenters, blacksmiths, and then welders. So the teacher may also use the students for improvising some of the needed materials or equipment. So when we say improvisation, it includes someone who acts or who uses materials in the absence of real objects. So assuming you are teaching something, you're teaching a topic, and then you're supposed to use a particular real object, and then it is not available, you can improvise to that. So Bomid and Olugunu, some researchers describe improvisation as the act of using materials or equipment obtained from the local environment or designed by either the science teacher or with the aid of local personnel to enhance instruction. And then Uchi and Omorin 95 also came out with the definition of improvisation as the process of making something one has not prepared for because a sudden need has arisen. So it means that improvisation simply means replacing the real objects in its absence. So when the real object is not available, you have to replace it with something which functions similar to the real object. So one can rightly infer that improvisation has direct line with classroom instruction and is a teacher-centered activity which ensures that the items improvised work as intended. So improvisation comes into play when there is an urgent need for resources that will facilitate understanding of classroom instructions. Very good. So if you are teaching a particular topic and then you are using some real objects and then those real objects are not available, you have to improvise in order to enhance your teaching and then also improve students' understanding in that topic. Now, the rationale for improvisation. Why do we have to improvise? So I'm saying that one, to serve as alternative resources. To serve as alternative resources. So the resources, I'm talking about materials and equipment. Two, to reduce cost where some of the equipment and materials are available locally. Yes. So when you improvise, it also helps to reduce cost. Three, to develop creative and technical skills of teachers, students, local craftsmen, technicians, and technologists. So when you need a particular material or equipment to teach a topic, then you inform a local craftsman or a technician. You take his time to develop that particular material or equipment that you need. So as he is doing the work for you, he is being creative in the way that he is developing or replacing a real object with an artifact. So in that way, there is kind of creativity in that sense. So the fourth point I'm saying is supplement the available resources to meet the demands of large student population. So if your students are large, you have to ensure that you you would you supplement the available resources. Assuming you have a real object there, but then because of the students' population, you have to improvise. It is going to help you in your teaching. So that is one reason why we have to improvise. Student populations are large. The real object or material available cannot meet the student population, and therefore you have to improvise in order to enhance your teaching. And then the last point, you are saying that conserving foreign exchange through promotion of utilization of local resources. That is very important. So we've learned a lot in session 1 of unit 1. We've learned to understand the meaning of improvisation and then why we should improvise. So in reviewing what we've learned, I want you students to discuss among yourselves on any available e-learning platform on these questions. So question 1, I'm saying what do you understand by the term improvisation? And then 2, I'm saying that explain why there is the need for improvisation in biology teaching. So please, students, discuss these questions on any available e-learning platform, either on Zoom or Google Meet.